It is 8:12 in the evening in a Japanese household. The lights are off. A 4-year-old is lying under a soft futon on the floor. Her eyes are closed. Her breathing is slow. She has been asleep for exactly 12 minutes. There was no begging, no bargaining, no fifth glass of water, no monster check, no one more story, no screaming, no tears, no parent lying on the floor pretending to sleep until the child finally gives up. She simply lay down and within 12 minutes she was gone. Now picture your house tonight. It is 9:45. Your child has been going to bed for 90 minutes. They need water, they need the bathroom, they need a different blanket. The light is wrong. The door is too closed, the door is too open. You are exhausted, they are wired. And somewhere between the 5th negotiation and the 3rd trip down the hall, you find yourself asking the same question every Western parent asks eventually. Why is this so hard? How does Japan put children to sleep in minutes while the rest of the world fights a war every single night? The answer is one rule, and it does not start at bedtime. It starts 5 hours earlier. Here is what most Western parents get completely wrong about sleep, and honestly it is not their fault because nobody ever told them this. Most Western parents believe bedtime is the problem, so they try to fix bedtime. They buy blackout curtains, they download white noise apps, they try the Ferber method, they try co-sleeping, they try a bedtime chart with golden stickers, they read 14 different books about sleep training, they follow influencers who promise a miracle routine. Nothing works consistently, not because the parents are failing, but because they are fixing the wrong thing entirely. Bedtime is not the problem. Bedtime is only the symptom. By the time your child is fighting sleep at 9 in the evening, the real problem happened hours ago, at 4 in the afternoon, at 5, at 6, when their nervous system got loaded with so much noise, stimulation, sugar and blue light that by nightfall their brain was physically, chemically, neurologically incapable of shutting down. You are not fighting your child at bedtime. You are fighting their entire afternoon. And Japanese parents understood this truth long before any sleep study in the world confirmed it. The fundamental difference between Japanese and Western bedtime culture comes down to one powerful idea. Western parents treat bedtime like a switch. The child runs, plays, watches screens, eats sugar, gets stimulated constantly all day, and then at 8 in the evening the parent flips the switch to off and expects immediate sleep. But that is not how a child's brain works. That is not how any human brain works. You cannot run a motor at full speed all day and then expect it to stop the instant you turn the key. Japanese parents never make this mistake. They treat bedtime the way nature treats sunset. The light does not snap off. It dims slowly, gently over hours. The sky moves from gold to orange to pink to purple to dark, and by the time the stars appear, the transition has already happened without effort or struggle. This is the philosophy behind the Japanese evening practice called Yoru no Junbi. It means preparing for night, and it is not a bedtime routine. It is an entire afternoon to evening philosophy that slowly winds a child's nervous system down across 4 to 5 hours so that by the time they lie down, sleep is not a battle. It is a relief. Here is exactly how Yoru no Junbi works inside a typical Japanese home. At 4 in the afternoon, outdoor play ends. The child comes inside. There is no more running, no more loud games, no more physical roughhousing. The energy shifts deliberately from outward to inward. At 5 in the evening the bath begins, and this is where Japan does something that Western culture has almost completely forgotten. The Japanese evening bath is not a quick 2-minute scrub before bed. It is a long, warm, slow ritual. The child soaks in genuinely hot water for 15 to 20 minutes, and this is not about cleanliness, this is pure physiology. The warm water raises the child's core body temperature significantly. When they step out of the bath, the body begins to cool. And that cooling, that specific drop in core body temperature, is one of the most powerful natural sleep signals the human body can produce. Japanese parents have been using this mechanism for centuries. Western sleep science confirmed it only in the last 20 years. At 6 in the evening the family sits together for dinner. The meal is calm, warm and simple. The television is off. The phones are away. Conversation is quiet and gentle. Rice, miso soup, vegetables. No sugar, no cold drinks, no heavy processed food. The digestive system begins to slow. The body begins to settle. At 7 in the evening the house goes dim. Not dark, dim. The overhead lights go off. Small lamps or soft floor lighting replace them. This single act signals the child's brain to begin producing melatonin naturally. And here is the detail that changes everything. No screen has been on since 4 in the afternoon. No tablet, no television, no phone. The blue light that chemically destroys melatonin production in children has been completely absent for 3 hours. At 7:30 the actual bedtime ritual begins. The parent lies beside the child on the futon. There is soft, quiet presence, no negotiation, no bargaining, no deals, because there is nothing left to negotiate. The child's body has been preparing for sleep for nearly 4 hours. The bath cooled their temperature. The dim light triggered their melatonin. The calm dinner settled their nervous system. The absence of screens let their brain wind down completely naturally. Sleep arrives within minutes. Not because the parent forced it, but because the entire evening prepared for it. Now here is the truth that will change your evening starting tonight. You do not need to live in Japan. You do not need a futon. You do not need to change your entire life. Japanese parents are not doing something magical. They are simply working with their child's biology instead of against it. And you can start doing the same thing with 3 changes. Just 3. Step 1. Screens off by 5 in the afternoon. This single change is the most powerful thing you can do. Blue light from tablets, phones, and televisions suppresses melatonin production for up to 3 hours after exposure. If your child looks at a screen at 7 in the evening, their brain is chemically prevented from producing sleep hormones until 10 at night. You are not fighting your child at bedtime. You are fighting their screen. Turn it off by 5. Replace it with quiet play, drawing, building blocks, books. Your child will resist for 2 or 3 days. By day 4, they will stop asking. Step 2. Warm bath between 5 and 6 in the afternoon. Not a quick shower at 7:30. A long warm soak of at least 15 minutes between 5 and 6. The body temperature rise and the cooling that follows is one of the most documented sleep triggers in all of human physiology. If your child resists baths, even soaking warm feet in a small basin produces the same biological effect. Warm the body, let it cool, and the brain follows. Step 3. Dim the lights after dinner. Turn off the overhead lights. Use a small lamp. Let the house get gradually darker over the last hour before bed. This mimics a natural sunset and tells the brain's pineal gland to begin melatonin production. Your child's own body will do the rest. These 3 changes cost nothing. They take no extra time. And within 1 week, most parents report that bedtime transforms from a 90-minute exhausting battle to a 12-minute quiet transition. 1 rule, 3 steps, no fights, screens off by 5, warm bath between 5 and 6, dim the lights after dinner. So here is what Sodhar wants every parent to remember tonight, the single most important truth that Yoru no Junbi teaches us. Your child is not being difficult at bedtime. Their body is simply responding to everything you gave it that afternoon. Change the afternoon and the bedtime changes itself. That is the Japanese secret, not a trick, not a product, not a sleep training program. Just a quiet, gentle, science-backed understanding that a child's sleep begins not when the lights go off, but when the sun is still in the sky and the evening is just beginning to breathe. Start tonight. Just 1 change. Screens off by 5. Give it 3 days. By day 4, your evenings will feel different. By day 7, bedtime will feel like a different house entirely. And when it does, share this with one parent who is fighting bedtime right now. They need this tonight.